Hey YouTube, coming at you with a channel members from Christy, her Retro Cup team. So thank you for being a YouTube channel member. Arctibax, Dunsparce, Swoobat. And I mean, Dunsparce is strong, Arctibax is strong. I haven't seen Swoobat, so we'll see that in action. You are weak to fighting, but you're not running it like an ABB style team, which you could. So my first recommendation would be Swoobat lead, Dunsparce save swap, or even Arctibax save swap, quite honestly. But Dunsparce save swap to try and draw out the fighter, and then beat it with Swoobat, and then Arctibax runs free. Because the problem is, if you get a fighter on the lead here, you kind of just have to stand because you can't come in with your hardest answer immediately. So let's look at the battles to see how it is in action here. Okay, we have good lead because they're grass against the dragon. So they get out into a Primeape, going to hit it with this. I assume one Rage Fist won't take out here. Okay, they close combat for some reason. Rage Fist would have been super effective because you are half psychic, but okay. Out comes a Clodsire because they also just want to... Oh yeah, well, yeah, they have to come Clodsire because you have a flyer here, so Serperior's not going to do much either here. So what a nice little core breaker you got going on here. And they top left, recognizing they got a grass left with the dragon and a flyer here just absolutely destroying Clodsire. Dragon with, sorry, a flyer with psychic. Yeah, that's actually pretty smart. Okay, neutral lead. You're both just going to be chipping each other like crazy here. Holy smokes. You could just commit to the shield and commit to the farm down. Which is what I would do when I see a dragon on the lead in this meta because you don't know what's in the back yet. This is where running Icy Wind would have been get better because you could have just lowered their attack. But I saw the recommended. I looked up the recommended move set, and it is Avalanche. That wouldn't have done a lot. So going to stay in here and then get off the go to the Swoobat here. Confusions are neutral because they are half psychic as well, so that neutralizes it. Could have Ice Punch. Yeah, it is an Ice Punch. It does 50%, and they have an Oranguru in the back. I would have chipped with Fly. Because I don't think you need much besides Confusion and Psychic Fangs for Medi. And now just giving them an energy advantage and then coming in here put you in like a weird spot where you are taking a lot of damage and you finally get to the move. I don't think it's going to matter too much. I go back to back here. Yeah, you both have... well, you could have actually done... It's 3 versus 4 turn move, so you could have done a rollout and then landed that. But just come in and snipe anyways. Just going Psychic Fangs because you are loaded with energy. So even if they do not shield, Confusion, Psychic Fangs combo should take out. But if they do shield, it is an easy fly for the win here. You know what? Swoobat's interesting. Like the others, a Confusion user. But this one gets same type attack bonus. You also get the Fly, which is a hard-hitting move. Stab as well. That's interesting. I like this. Okay, Mantine. Have not seen many Mantines. Are going for Avalanche. Assuming that Mantine's pretty tanky, they may not shield this. And they do not. So landing the Avalanche is actually huge. Even Ice Beam is neutral because you are half ice. And it is just a Bubble Beam. So that is rough. And they give up Switch. Going into your Dunsparce as, I guess, your kind of best answer. You have Drill Run here, which is super effective. Couldn't really come in with your Flyer, and then you stayed with a lowered attack. Probably not the best answer either. So even though Rollout is resisted, this is probably the best answer with super effective Drill Runs here. So for fast move timing after this charge move, you should go 1 Rollout and then the charge move. Yep. So getting off another super effective Drill Run. Again, it's non-stab and it's Dunsparce, so it's only going to do so much damage if it does land, but they are not allowing you to land it here. I mean, you could live one, but just to be safe, they try to come in and just get roll out down and top left after that because they are down shields and behind energy here. Okay. Here we go. You kind of have to stay in, but it's going to hurt. So just try and throw the Dragon Claw ASAP. I think you basically just take this, hope you live. Okay, you're going to shield, bring it down to the 1 shield, because you'll grab a shield back here. This is the kind of strength of the Archbacks, is that it's so attack heavy that it really does put out a lot of damage. And they give up switch into Dragonair. So going to go Dunsparce. Now, you should immediately be reading that this is probably a fast move damage team. Like a sneaky one, because Karate Chop isn't a fast move damage Pokemon. But you're already, well, maybe they should cover their weakness, but maybe they're not. I suggested go Primeape Double Dragon in one of my top teams videos. So this could be a Machamp Double Dragon team in the back here. So instant swap, I would shield. I think they can get to a Rock Slide here. Yeah, I would have shielded. As a Double Dragon in the back, you need to read that. Okay, so this is just 2 things. One, this is a team that I did put out as a top team. Because I said, you know, Fairy is banned. You can run a Double Dragon. You can run a Fighter Double Dragon. And my team was Primeape Double Dragon, but Machamp Double Dragon makes sense. You need to kind of read the room there. So I always say, if you're going to use a fast move damage team like that, don't make it obvious that it's a fast move damage team. Now, Karate Chop is not a true fast move damage Pokemon. Like, I consider fast move damage Pokemon Dragon Breath users, Razor Leafers are the main ones. Then you get into like these weird ones, like there's a second tier that puts out so much damage but also charges decently. I'm going to say Shadow Claw, I'm going to say Karate Chop, I'm going to say Confusion's kind of an interesting one. Incinerate, right? Well, they do a lot of damage in and of themselves. They are mostly they can also charge and get to charge moves. So if you use one of those on the front, you can hide your fast move damage Pokemon in the back, because you still apply a lot of fast move pressure and charge move pressure with your first Pokemon while coming up in the back. Once they gave up that lead, they had a fighter into your Ice Dragon Pokemon, which is super effective. Once they give that up to go into the Dragon, you should immediately be thinking, what is happening here? And if you watch my top teams video, what is happening here is they're running a Double Dragon in the back. So 1, you kind of need to know Machamp's energy. And 2, if you know it's going to be a fast move damage Pokemon in the back anyways, I think you commit that shield. Like, 1, definitely shield up a Stone Edge, but definitely commit that shield on the Machamp, knowing that even if it lands, let's say it's just a, I get it. I understand why you won't shield, because if you didn't think they had the Stone Edge or Rock Slide, which they definitely had enough energy. You are Flying Psychic, so a Cross Chop would be double resisted. So it would do nothing. Even from a Shadow Champ, double resisted move would do nothing. So I just think you still need to be aware of like what is in the back and how a Dragon Breath used in the back could still put a lot of pressure on your health, no matter what happens there. Okay, another good lead. They get out into Licky Licky. So throw the move here to chip, and then I would go Dunsparce immediately. Do not take any more super effective rollouts. So, yep, that's fine. Chipping it, this just makes it that much easier. I don't even know if this thing can even get Focus Blast, but has Earthquake, has Shadow Ball, or it's just going to, yeah, there's the Earthquake. So good news is you force it to dump a lot of energy. Rollout is pretty quick charging, so they could potentially, if you don't take this out here, they could potentially get to another one. Okay, you do take it out there, so that's nice. Keep switch. Yep, Drill Run is resisted on grass, so you have to throw the Rock Slide. So you're just going to chip as much as you can here. No. Well, you know what? Okay. I see. I said no immediately. Like, why are you giving up switch? You're giving up switch because you have 2 answers in the back here. You have a Dragon and you have a Flying type Pokemon. So you can give up switch here when you have 2 better answers for it. So coming in here, yeah, I would also just go Dragon Claw because they probably shield because they have so many shields and they're getting low. I'd go Dragon Claw again, chip, Dragon Claw chip. No, you got a chip there. Again, this is reading the scenario. You have this is you need to throw the chip there because you need to read the scenario. 1, Superior has like 50% health left. 2, this Pokemon has 50% health left. 3. This Pokemon is loaded with energy and wants to probably spam a couple moves. So if you throw the Dragon Claw, you do one of two things. You grab that shield and put them down to 0 shields, or they let this go. It won't take them out, but it'll put them in the red, and then they'll still throw the move, and then you can just come in like Confusion down because you have a hard-hitting Confusion. You can't go down with all this energy, and now you're going to shield, which you still shouldn't, like, now you're putting, okay. So they are going to shield this back. You're now just going to get farmed down and give them energy. I would just come Dunsparce. Now, instant swap. You're probably lucky because they're unlikely to be running Hyper Beam. Maybe they are, but even if they are, I don't even know if they have enough energy. So they need to land a Hyper Beam to basically do anything here. And they were maybe going for it, but you're not going to get it before the fly. I still think you got a chip there, despite the win. So you're using the same screen recorder as me, just an FYI. If you want to get that circle out, I can see you putting it on the right hand side there. Basically what you do is, before you click play, move that circle to the X. Like I don't know what phone you have, but like mine will allow you to like move it down to like the X, which should be in the middle of your bottom of the screen. And then you can like scroll down and then click the record from the top. So that way you won't have this little circle recording when you do it. Okay, Arctibax, Clodsire, decent lead, and they gave up Switch. So this can only throw Brutal Swings because Trailblazers resisted. Ooh, bad timing on that one. You gotta do 3. I think you just did 4 there, which allows them to get a full Confusion through, which means now they're gonna get to move here when they definitely would not have. So mistimed that move, allowing them to get to a move to take you out there. And trying to win CMP, but not going to do it. 12 versus 12. It looks like Oranguru will win CMP. So that's essentially like 2 moves that they got off there that they probably should not have because you mistimed on that Dragon Breath Confusion. Now they get into Clodsire, which is an okay matchup here for Clodsire because the rolls are resisted and it's a non-stab drill run, so it still takes 3 of those to take out. And trying to make the catch of the Earthquake. Oof. And unfortunately catch a Sludge Bomb. And it is the double Confusion user in the back. This is not surprising when you saw an Oranguru safe swap for no reason right off the bat. Going to shield, which I don't know about that because you're going to lose this anyways. But I guess, yeah. No, you're not going to get to fly. You just got to throw Psychic Fangs. Again, you need to, yeah, this is over. And now you're left with 1 Pokemon and they're going to lower your defense. So this is the second time that you've essentially gone down with energy. A lot of energy. You need to be able to read how much damage the moves are going to do to you. Yeah, you need to know how much damage the moves are going to do you. And chip isn't so important. Doing a little bit of chip damage, even with a not so hard hitting move, is very important. Okay, neutralish lead. So yeah, play this out. They are going to throw a Body Slam because that was pretty quick. Yeah, I don't love shielding, but I don't love shielding Body Slams. But maybe they'll think this is Icy Wind and not shield themselves. Whew, they do shield, so that puts you in a really tricky situation. Going to just let the Body Slam go. Again, it's non-stab, so it doesn't hurt too much. Going to get to the Dragon Claw. This will chip. Will it take out? If it's not, it's going to put it very close. And they double shield. So this is an easy Swoobat. Oh, I guess it's not so easy. Okay. So you have a Pokemon who has Mud Slap, hard-hitting ground move, Earth Power, decent hard-hitting ground move, and a non-stab body slam, garbage. So your flying-type Pokemon will resist the ground moves and only need to worry about the non-stab body slam. And at that point, you can get so far ahead on confusions that you're basically almost out of fly. Instead, you come into a Pokemon that has Rollout, which is resisted by the ground, and now going to take neutral from those slaps and this Earth Power here, doing a ton of damage. So, yeah, you had such an easy chance to... You would have lost Switch, but you would have taken shield advantage and huge amount of energy advantage and not a lot of damage. Instead, you took lost Switch advantage, took shield advantage, but no energy and a ton of health gone. So that is essentially what happened in this matchup. You still have a shield advantage. You still are getting off a draw run here. So we'll see if you can confusion down. Don't get taken down for no reason. Could be Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball super effective. So yeah, gonna shield, but they're loaded with energy now. And they come into Clodsire. So going to chip with the Psychic Fangs. Super effective, lowers the defense. Now, if they have Stone Edge, you're in trouble. It is just a Sludge Bomb, but that actually chips a lot. So you're going to have to... got one extra through, but yeah, you're going to have to throw out. They're going to get to another move here. That's the problem with the Confusion, 4-turn move. But I think they still probably have energy on this thing over here. Yeah, and they're going to take you out here. You 1,000,000% lost this matchup when you came Dunsparce instead of Swoobat. That was on you. I'm sorry. That was completely on you. That was an easy win. Shield advantage, come out energy advantage, little damage. You messed it up. It's okay. You'll learn for next time now. Okay, so Ariados obviously spams super quick. The lunge doing a lot of damage, and they give up Switch into Feraligatr. Going to chip. The problem is they did lower your attack, so they're not as worried. I usually say, like, I like to chip because then you can ensure Switch. I don't love chipping when you have a lowered attack because it really takes off some of the damage that you can do. And like even now, like if that wasn't lowered, this would have taken out, right? If that Dragon Claw was not attack lowered, that would have taken out. But instead, you now do not take it out. They get another Hydro Cannon off, so which you have to shield. You were desynced in the timer, so now they got a fighter on you. Get into Swoobat ASAP, which is nice. Now they will have a Rage Fist. Now the question is, do you even want to shield this? It's going to chip a lot. Oh, it's just a nice punch, but still, it's going to chip. I'm almost throwing Psychic Fangs blindly because of how low the one Pokemon is, and that is super effective against this one. So they let it go, and it lands, and you win there. Yeah. So having the alignment actually won you that game. Being able to just align on all those Pokemon that you needed to. Okay, maybe the last battle here. Okay, Archspect versus Dragonair. You're both going to absolutely destroy each other. And they get out into a Toxapex. So going to absolutely punish them here with the Confusion user with Psychic Fangs. Now, they could probably get to a Sludge Wave here, which would hurt. I would probably shield myself. It's just a brine. Okay. I'm surprised they didn't try and go Sludge Wave, because I would have just, if I was them, let that Toxapex, let the first move go, get to a Sludge Wave, and Sludge Wave probably would have one-shot, so you would have taken Switch or grabbed a shield. But just going brine, allowing you to take them down and come out with a fly, which is huge. Now they're low enough. I would probably chip with Dragon Claw. You don't need to chip with Avalanche. They're likely to shield anyways here, but I probably just would have chipped with Dragon Claw. And they do shield, and now here you are. I think you do Dragon Claw. Here's the thing. Rollout is super effective against Archbacks. Avalanche has 3 extra turns to get to, and they're likely to shield just given the scenario that the Dragon is low and they have 2 shields here, and they don't know where your back Pokemon is, so they're likely to shield anyways. And you don't want them to get too far ahead on energy. For those 4 reasons, you go Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw quick, get out into the Mirror Match Dunsparce quicker, so they have less energy. You're still probably going to grab a shield. You didn't waste as much energy. Your switch timer is not as desynced with the extra moves. Going to shield up here. You can shield or you can just let it go, because at this point it's just Dragon Breath range, honestly. but you will win there. So I think your biggest problem is like your timing is not bad. And I would say like 80% of the time you made the right play into the right Pokemon. Like knowing that on the Feraligatr swap you need to get into the Dunsparce eventually. I saw the one where that really good move actually was the Superior. You had your Dunsparce there. You were trying to get back into your Arctibax knowing that you had Arctibax and Zubat for the Superior. Like that's actually really heads up playing, knowing there's no point in letting this one Pokemon go down when I have two other answers that I can just get out and beat anyways. So those are like heads up plays. Yeah, I already kind of called you out a lot on the ground one there, so I'll let that one go. But just some of these other I don't know. Yeah, it's some like trying to understand the matchups and some trying to find your win con. And you won a lot of matches, but I don't know if you won it with the win con that I would have won it with. Yeah, I like there's other, I think that I would have played a lot of these games differently, just alignment differently, running with certain Pokemon versus not running with certain Pokemon. And they may have had the same outcome, but again, I just kind of would have played it differently. But a win's a win, I guess. But yeah, those are my thoughts, suggestions. Thank you for this mission. Thank you for being a member. And yeah, I hope everyone has having a good, I guess it hasn't started. When's this going up? Saturday morning. Yeah. So I guess I hope everyone has a good, actually some people do not live in North America and the Americas. So yeah, you probably could have started your Wild Out event. I hope your Wild Out area, whatever it's called, is going well. I did put out a video. Nope. Yep. I did put out a video yesterday afternoon going over the event details from a GBL perspective if you want to check that out. If not, I'll stop talking. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.